I got asked to do a makeup in which I appear to have the flu or be sick. So probably this was asked by someone who really doesn't want to go somewhere, not to school, not to work, any obligations. So if you want to know how you can appear to be sick while you're still very healthy, please keep watching because I will show you step by step in the coming video. I have been asked to do a makeup in which I appear to be sick or have the flu, and to be honest, I don't know in what occasion you would wear a makeup like this. Maybe to fool your parents, get out of school, or maybe to get sick from work for us adults. But I decided to do it anyway because I think it is fun to create a sickly looking makeup. So I started with wearing no makeup today, and that helps immensely. As you can see, the bags under my eyes are there already. I have a pale skin, and well, that is a good start for a sickly looking makeup. So what we want to do when we are sick is get a paler skin, and I decided to make it lighter using a star blend. This is the light gray color, and I'm just gonna gently get a thin layer of this on my skin. So I don't want to hide my skin natural color, but I do want to take away a bit of the color that is on there. So don't make this a thick layer because then it definitely looks very make-upped. But if you keep it nice and soft, you can see the color leaves my skin a bit. Then we slightly want to enhance those bags under the eyes, because if we have the flu, we are tired, we don't look that well, and that appears in the bags under the eyes. So I'm working with the FX palette by Ben Nye. This is their Magic Cake palette. It is water activated makeup, and I'm just very slightly activating it so I have a thin wash of color on my skin, because we do want this to look convincing, and that isn't something you get with putting loads of color on the skin. So I'm just putting a thin wash of the misty violet color under my eyes. And as you can see, by doing that, I immediately start to look more tired than I even am at this point. So that is the eyes. Now, often when we are sick, we also have a cold, and when you go and blow your nose many times, eventually your nose will turn red and it will become a bit sore, and you can see that. So that is why we're going to put a bit of red and purple around and under the nose to simulate that irritation. So it is the same procedure. Just get a thin wash of that water activated face paint on your brush, and I am smudging it using my fingers. So also a bit under the nose, and I'm still using that same violet color. I will probably add a bit of a red to that in a minute. So I did consider not recording this video because of the current corona crisis, but I decided that everyone who watches my YouTube videos will understand that this is just a makeup, and I'm not saying anything by doing a makeup like this one. So that is the misty violet color. I now have blood red on my brush, and I'm gonna add a bit of that under my nose. Now, usually when we are sick or have the flu, we are very sweaty and very warm. So you would have loads of sweat everywhere. And that is why I have these Sweat and Tears by Meron. This product is made to create sweaty looks. So I'm just dabbing a bit on my forehead and spreading it out with my fingers. And the effect of this Sweat and Tears is amazing. It doesn't dry, so if you are wearing this, you should be aware that it stays a wet product, but you definitely want some sweat there. I don't know if the camera catches this, but my entire forehead is now shiny from the Sweat and Tears. So often when we are sick or have the flu, we don't drink enough. We know we should, but we just don't feel good, or it makes us vomit, and well, we just don't really feel like eating or drinking anything. So that makes the level of liquid in our bodies too low and gives us dry lips. So I had a bottle of dry lip. It is a product by Makeup, but I misplaced that one, so I can't use it on today's video. What I did find was dried salt, and it gives wide layer of dried salt on your lips, and if you just use a tiny bit of this on the lips, it can look very nice for a sickly makeup. So as you can see, my lips turn nice and white for this. So I'm back to the Sweat and Tears for a bit of the liquid that would just be pouring out of my nose. And then finally, a very fun product, in my opinion, it is this one. I can't pronounce it. It is phlegm. I don't know how I should even say this, but it is the green saliva that you create when you have a really bad cold. And I thought it would be fun to just put a bit of this under my nose. It looks gross and it does the trick really well. Small kids often have these green bubbles under their noses. So I'm not really used to getting my makeups done this quickly, but there is really not so much more to do for a sick or flu makeup. So get your skin in a lighter skin tone, make those bags under your eyes really nice and brown reddish. Also the skin around your nose. Make sure you have some snot and a bit of sweat on your forehead. Make your lips lighter of color, or use a product like the dried salt or dry lips, and then you are good to go with a bit of acting. Of course, get yourself a tissue and really go crazy, and maybe it will get you out of school, out of an obligation, or out of your work if you really don't feel like going or being somewhere. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel in the link below. Stay tuned on all our videos.